Alright, so I keep wanting to do less stuff, videos, and stuff like this happens. And I want something to happen so I can see hopefully a good thing happens. Right? And then if not, then we can see how all the stuff that I'm hearing and seeing people say to do in the long run is gonna work. Right? He's my puppy. That I would say is at least 100 something feet. There's what he's getting into is right. So just there, he looked at me. Now, what I used to do with Waylon is every time they would look, I would say, "Yeah, good boy," right? Which I should probably get back into the habit of doing. You know, that's one of those. I always say it with Waylon. It's like, "Good boy." The problem is he's eating stuff off the ground. So now am I saying "good boy"? Can he even hear me that far away? Right? So now he's facing away, right? And I don't have the long line on. Take, come! He's standing there, look, come on, buddy, come on! Right? So he's not gonna come. So we're gonna do the go get. First, I'm gonna try to go closer. Now, here's one I don't know. Like, that's a long distance, right? He has come from this distance before. And he's come away from stuff before. He's just eating this crap off the trees. Right? So there has to be a punishment event, right? So this is what is it called? There he was about to eat a poop. I should have said leave it. But we're in the punishment aspect. I don't know if you can see my right. I don't know why I air quote because it is right. So it's pretty mellow. I'm just walking over here. It's what is that called? Right. So I was right here, and they can't tell exactly where. You want to generally be where they were from. He sits. First look is not going to count. It's the second one. Okay. And it's over with, right? So how can I prevent these mess ups from happening? I can, as soon as we get out here, I can put the long line on them. However, what this is it's a good test to see where we're at also, right? It's a fairly safe space. Are you gonna mess with the Jolly Ball now? The other one you would never mess with. You know it's a brand new one, right? And this is okay, right? So here's the other thing. There's no food, there's no play for at least 3 seconds. Their brains are supposed to be about 3 seconds, right? They're supposed to work in like 3 second spurts. So you want to be careful of the chain of the punishment is you go get them and you, what is it called? It's not track. Oh man, why can't I think of the word? It's not track and it's not follow, but it's, oh man, you go after, I can't think of it, man. You go after them, but you don't chase them, right? If I was to start running to him, he's going to run away. So the key is you just go in a cool mode. Of course, you're going to be freaking out because he's running away from you. Not a big deal. So I was hoping for a good one, and I got a bad one. No big deal. We get to go get. So that brings up another thing right here. Is going from, you go from off leash. We've been doing so much stuff off leash. Then now in his puppyhood, he's getting to where like, hey, you know, right? So now does going to the long line work? Does that mess up that trust, right? So some people say you start adding stuff after you've gotten to a certain point, right? that you start messing up your trust. However, you're going to build it back up, right? That's what I think. I'm in the camp of you can trust and reward puppies like crazy and reinforce them following you and coming to you a lot when they're puppies. They're still going to be dogs, right? They're still going to be like, hey, I'm opportunistic. I'm going to get away with it, right? So right now he's chewing on the ball. You're digging that ball, huh? So my thing with him lately has been adding more meaningful distractions, right? So I haven't been doing recall games with him because I can't run and I don't want to throw food on the ground. So that, I think that's hurt our progress too, right? So for the last 3 weeks to a month, I haven't been doing recall games with him. If I was doing recall games every day, I think there would be a lot less. No, I don't want to, right? Because I feel like there's big value in the recall games. You know what? Let's do it. I can deal with him getting stuff off the ground. He's pretty good when I say, except for with poos. The verbal punisher, disruptor, whatever you want to call it. That's something I let him get away with as a puppy. And I started trying to stop it. Then I'm like, yeah, I don't want to. Hey, let's go recall games, dude.